That's crazy. All right, we're here. For those of you tuning in on a recording, I'm gonna take a second and send this link over to people because in case people want to come hang out, I'll make it available. I just have to find that because I'm sure there's a way to do it. Hold on. Here we go. Found the button. And we did it. And we did it. And we did it. All right. Just put that in there in case anybody wants to come hang out. It's different group, but a quiet one. All right. Well, I guess I'll intro why I'm doing this for pre-recording. I'm going away. Oh, you finished book 2? Oh, book 2. Okay, I got it. Yeah, you're in the thick of it. Oh, wow. This is bad. We're going to turn this around like this. Hold on. And we're professional now. That's so bright. Awesome. Wow, you're really in the thick of it. The back third there, I think, is really going to fire some things up for you, Jazzberry, for those of you tuning in on the recording. That's awesome. Really stoked that you're really cruising through it. But yeah, we're here to celebrate getting to the 1,000 copy mark, because technically, if you count KENP reads, the number of books that have been read, if you were to transition it over there, then we're right there. But technically, I think where there's 25 total more copies needed, but that's fine. I'm going to be away. I wanted to celebrate while I could, because I'm going to be gone and the next 8 days. And then hopefully when I get back from my trip, I will have some news on the audiobook front as well. So I just wanted to put that in the front end here as we get into this live. You guys are going to have to pardon my appearance because I just came home and tuned in. Devin, okay. Heck yeah. All right. Yeah, the ending so far, I think, has gotten people who make it to the end, I think, are pretty satisfied. Yeah, John, I was just explaining that I'm going to be away when I hit that in 25 copies. And so I wanted to get on and do this. But yeah, I think if you count, me personally, I think I'm counting my KENP of near 20,000 as sort of that mark for me. So that way I can, what's it called? Celebrate with people while I have time to hang out in before I take this 8-day trip, but I'm going to be MIA. So, and after this, I'm going to record a top 5 books I've read this year so far. And Discovery, funny enough, John, is on that list, believe it or not. Yeah, trust me, I already wrote it down. There's no changing that. Ben, what's going on? What's going on, Benjamin? I hope you're referring to the ring light that just blinded me. Maybe not. Who knows? But yes, I am counting the KENP for my sake, even though it's technically not accurate. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, I mean, it really was one of the top 5 books I've read this year. Must do Ernest Hemingway and drink. Yeah. Well, I do have a bottle of 30-year scotch my sister got me. I think once the audiobook stuff starts to come through, and again, I'm not going to expose any information there, but there's workings behind the scenes. I'm trying to get things navigated in that department. I think that's going to be worth a bottle open, and I'll have a glass or two. I would today, but it's Monday and I'm flying in the morning, and I really just don't feel like, having a glass of scotch on a Monday, to be honest. I usually reserve that for the weekend, but there will be some cases where I will have a drink to celebrate. And those days are coming. Those days are ahead of us. 1,000 copies is certainly a reason to do that, but considering the sort of like asterisks around it, for me, I'm going to hold off until we actually get there, and then I'll pour a glass out for myself and probably just hang out. But yeah, I'm really, really stoked. I'm honestly shocked. We're literally 2 weeks in, 15 days. And I imagine by like end of day tomorrow, we'll probably actually surpass that mark, not counting KENP, which is just shocking to me. I I didn't know it would be like this, and I'm really excited that it is. It's meaningful that people are being positively impacted in some way by the story, and I'm sure others are bouncing off of it, which they are, which is fine. But it's really cool. It's really exciting that this thing that means so much to me also is starting to mean a lot to other people, or something to other people, which is great. I'm trying to think. I didn't really have anything planned for this hangout hour. I just wanted to come on, hang out, chat with people, talk about books and story and what's going on. I'm currently reading Reaper's Gale slowly. I'm currently reading Abel Montero's Crimson Fire. Abel Montero, by the way, I want to pretty much shout him out whenever I get the opportunity. First of all, he wrote his own book. Hold on. And is this puppy right here? All right. And that look at that. First of all, look at that beautiful cover. Abel did my typography, my formatting. The reason the book looks so beautiful is because of Abel. And he's helping me set up some KDP stuff today in regards to the paperback, because there's just like the Ingram Spark, although great for certain distributors, it isn't exactly super beneficial for margins per se. So the pricing will be the same for KDP, and then people hopefully will get prime delivery on that as well. So I'm trying to set that up so that way it's a faster time. I do have Murdered Son. Look at this. Ooh, I'm going to show you the back first, because I freaking love this book. Just the beaut that is the Murdered Son. Can I do a review on it? I read the first page, and I think I started just because I just wanted to relive the moment that I read. Oh my God, the High Matter sword. Can't we even see that? I don't know if I'm supposed to show that, but who cares? I'm showing it. Yeah, I will do a review of this when I read it, and quote unquote review. I'm essentially just going to gush about this book for X amount of, probably 20 minutes or something. I can't wait to read actually his author note. What's going on, Phil? Yes, sir. I was telling people in the beginning, we are currently, I think we're right around 975 actual copies. And then there's roughly 30 copies if you were to translate my Kindle pages read to numbers of books, we are over the 1,000 mark. So for me, going on a trip for 8 days to Nebraska, I'm going to celebrate today with everybody without a glass of scotch, as Benjamin so desired that I drink. So he's like, Benjamin, you're making me drink. That's crazy. You're a mad lad. You are a mad lad. Yeah, we're just hanging out, Phil. I feel like I have somebody I want to connect you with, Phil, a friend of mine who is in the military with. I feel like you guys will have quite a few things in common related to senses of humor, and I think that'll be a good conversation. Actually, you, Jeff, and him. Oh man. But yeah, so we're celebrating. We're hanging out. I'm drinking a freaking protein shake instead of an actual glass of whiskey. I'm going to shower after this. I haven't showered since I got home. I did rinse off at the gym, but that's just too much information for you guys. I just wanted to give it to you anyway, because why not? I am hoping, again, I want to reiterate this. I'm hoping to have news on the audiobook front as I'm away. I'm hoping to get some more information while I'm away, and that way we can get the ball rolling over there. And yeah, Phil. Yeah, time to start a new group chat. Yep. Yeah, we can get the ball rolling on the audiobook front, because I'm really, first of all, it's exciting for me to see the potential for something like the story I created to be put into another medium, and be something that I use. Like I use audiobooks like regularly. Sometimes for immersive reading. And I feel like it'd be cool to like be like a reading companion for people who are on Kindle, Kindle Unlimited or whatever. Yeah. Oh, broken ground on your own book and trilogy. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Hey, my face is getting covered up by these guys. It's my fault. That's awesome. Feel free to shoot out more in the comments here. I'm actually curious to hear about what it's about. I love when people work on what they're passionate about. I've said this in many an interview, many a conversation. The passion, people doing what they love it fires me up so much. It makes it a lot easier for me to do what I want to do. And just that, like, I don't know, it feels like why spend time doing something that doesn't make you happy when you can And there are some instances where you have no other choice and you got to do it, and that's totally fine. And I've been there, and I've been in those shoes. But for the most part, I think as long as we start taking steps in the direction that we want to go, then what else could there be? You know, a slipcase done for volume 1 of Mercy and the following ones. Wow, Benjamin, if you do, show me what you're thinking, what you're playing with. I'm curious as to what they look like. You can message me on Instagram. Obviously you have before. But yeah, I'd be curious to see what you'd be doing. I, for the record, for the future, the goal is to put together a project where we get the omnibus of volumes 1 and 2. So book 2, which is already written, which I guess I'll get into next as a part of this conversation. I want to get slipcases and put volume 1 in a slipcase, or put volumes 1 and 2 as an omnibus in a slipcase. And eventually books 3 and 4 will come together as an omnibus as well. And I think all that with some really cool art. You know, I'm waiting for the day that maybe we have, who knows? I love the art people, the artists that I had working with me on this project for the first book. I'm probably going to try and be pretty consistent. The cover artist is definitely going to stay the same for all 4 books. But in the future, for specific, like I really do want some classic fantasy, the classic dark fantasy aesthetic art. And I have a few people in mind. I know the naked hardcover really does that. It really has that effect. But yeah, Lucas, yeah, I think it's so cool that you're working on your, oh, wow. Lovecraft, Bloodborne, Marvel, DC. Wow. I mean, that honestly sounds like a pretty great combination, if you ask me. What's going on, Preacher? I think you're probably making steady progress. You're really calling me out on how much horror is actually in Tears of the Fallen. And I mean, Amazon, before I even uploaded my manuscript to Amazon, it classified my book as dark fantasy horror. I think it just looked at the cover and assumed, or maybe based on the synopsis that I put up there, that it just assumed. But yeah, I guess there is a little bit more horror than I initially realized in Tears of the Fallen generally. Maybe just my lack of familiarity of horror. Yeah, that's so awesome that Discovery is such like an inspiring like novel, just in general, like the writing, the story, all of it. Yeah, you know what? I was really thinking that too. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Michael Wayland is that's the fellow that did the Black Company, the new Glenn Cook covers, and he's actually, I think he did some for the Broken Binding Raymond D. Feist trilogy as well. I love that. I think that's the same guy. I would really, really, really love some artwork from him. Coldfire trilogy. Okay, well, hold on. Now I got to look this up. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Oh, okay. I was wrong. Oh, okay. Black Sun Rising. I gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that would actually also be really cool. Something like that. Some really classic looking. I was actually thinking like Black Company style, but I like that actually too. That's something that I would consider. If I'm able to eventually one day do a mass market paperback of Mercy in the series, I would, which I know that they're starting to like fade out. I just love myself a mass market paperback. So who knows what happens in the future? Oh, he does the Stormlight Archive covers. Okay. Got it. And he's 75% through. This back 25% is all downhill. That's all I'll say, Preacher. What's going on, Britton? Thanks for coming to hang out. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of dig that. I dig that style. Dreamer Calls Suicide again through Discovery right now. Yeah, Discovery really is gosh. That's again, I'll talk about it in my top 5 reads of the year so far. Yeah, there really just is something about a mass market paperback. And if I have control over it, which as of now, it seems like I still do in terms of how things are produced. It's just like, I don't really know the business aspect or side of mass market and doing a mass market. I think it'd be really fun to get a mass market to print. If I ever could, I would love just like those classic style art pieces on a mass market. That's just like, so it looks like it's from the 90s. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. And I said it in the beginning. We're roughly at 975. If you take my KENP reads, we are over the 1,000 mark, and I'm going away for 8 days. So I wanted to come in and celebrate with you guys because I won't actually, once we actually hit that 1,000 copies sold mark, then I'll be away. So I wanted to celebrate with you guys while I could. That said, I am really just, it's crazy that we're 15 days out and we're right kind of around that mark. Even getting to 975 was a dream, let alone 1,000. Mercy Dragon Mage. Yeah, Dragon Mage is really, that's another cover, by the way, that's just absolutely fantastic. 20th Century Boys manga. Oh, didn't you start Berserk, Mr. Preacher? If I remember correctly. Thank you so much, Red Book, for coming in. And yes, the Four Corners discussion with Von Roycroft. Von Roycroft's trilogy, the Sundered Nation trilogy. By the way, talk about amazing titles and covers. Von Roycroft's books, absolutely stunning, and the covers are all awesome, and the titles, are all amazing. Thanks so much, Noel, for coming in and tuning in. I shot you over. I'm sure you got it. A message with the ebook copies that I'm essentially just like having a few that I want to give away, digital US copies to people. I kind of, while it was still 99 cents, I wanted to be sure to pick some codes up for people. It didn't stop. I should probably get back to that. Got it. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll say this. I know it's easy to bounce off Berserk. You got to hang around. As disturbing as it gets, there's just something about the absolute perseverance that we get to see in that story, the resilience. Thanks so much, Ty. Right. Thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate it. Your support, man, from the very beginning has been tremendous. It's really motivating to see, people who are, again, positively having a positive experience with the book, and it's awesome. I'll actually, let me talk about book 2, because people are starting to finish it up. The alpha readers are in the phase. I think this next 10 days, we're starting to see people finish it up more. And once I have notes, I'm going to run a discussion that I will record, that I will put up post launch of book 2, because I think it'll be really cool to go over notes of an early copy of book 2 before it goes to edits with Dave. I'm hoping to get it to him by the end of the month. I'm going to try and give myself a 2-week turnaround and really just grind away at it, so that way we can kind of speed up the timeline there by a couple weeks. And especially when it comes to editing and revising, I feel like there's a lot of that's just, for me, that's just sitting down, buckling in, and doing the work. So I feel like I'm going to be able to turn that around about however Dave wants it. I think I'm going to figure out how to enjoy manga, so I'll get back to it. I think it was more of a medium thing, not the content. Yeah, well, I'll say this. I never was thinking about it. And then when I went to the military, I had a bunch of buddies who just loved anime, loved manga. And I started like tuning into things here and there, because the stories inside of those mediums are actually fascinating, and it plays with things that I've never really seen done before. And then I dove into Berserk for the first time because I love a dude with a giant sword. Oh, that sounded weird, but there's something about it that, in terms of that story just having so much praise, being inspiration for Miyazaki with Elden Ring, which is one of my favorite video games. Actually, probably my favorite video game of all time. Yeah. I'll say, yeah, I got to call myself out for that one. That was a big slip up. We'll let it slide. Nothing like it. Hey, Josh, what's going on, man? Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody who's tuning in here has been a contributor in some way or another. So I'm super grateful for everybody that's hanging out. Dude with the giant sword loves you too. Yeah, see, there we go. You get it. Benjamin gets it. And when I was playing Elden Ring, that was my favorite. Not the great swords, but like the great swords. And I would dual wield those puppies. Yeah, thanks so much, Noah. I'm grateful you stopped in, hung out for a little bit, read the book. I hope book 2's moving relatively smooth for you. I understand. Like, again, I want to reiterate, there's no pressure there. I'm just grateful you're reading it at all. I know Red just finished it up. He messaged me, said it was a 10 out of 10. And I was like, it's obviously better than book 1. He goes, yeah. So I'm really stoked that there are people getting an opportunity to read book 2 right now. Sorry, for the second volume while we're there. Alive, the final evolutions of manga you might like. Yeah, I think I have, I think, 6 or 7 more of the deluxe edition Berserks to get. Yeah, colossal greatsword. That's what they were. I used the regular greatswords. I didn't use the colossal ones. I was obsessed with making my tarnished like my own hero. So I wanted to use. There was a greatsword. There was a claymore, and then there was another one like that has bleed. And so when I fought Malenia, I would use both of those. It took me forever, but I wanted to create kind of a badass like that. All right, yeah. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for hanging out. Super grateful you did. Benjamin, to get back to what you were saying, I'm gonna finish up Berserk, and then I was thinking, I've watched Vinland Saga. I was thinking I might do Vinland Saga. Sorry, I'm like stretching my leg over here. I was also thinking Vagabond. I think those are a couple ones that I was really considering getting into after. I also saw Trigun. There's a few that I was interested in. Okay. Claymore is another dark fantasy manga. Is a must read. Okay, hold on. I'm typing this in, Benjamin. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Okay. Illustrated by Noshiro Yagi. Oh, Nori. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Volumes 1 to 27. Wow, look at that thing. That is a beautiful. All right, roger that, Benjamin. That looks awesome as well. Thanks for putting that on my radar. Yeah, Vagabond. Oh, it's not finished. Okay. So we have a situation similar to Berserk where once I'm caught up with Berserk, I don't really know where I'm at. Not really a fantasy, but it's so strange at times. It can feel fantastical. Okay. Roger that. Britton, I love your recommendations. You are like a widely read individual, and you kind of get around with your reads, and it makes it's always intriguing to hear your experiences with stories. I saw your post about Gardens of the Moon not really registering as you get towards the end, and I think I felt the same way. Just like generally not really knowing where I was, and but you might not feel that way. You might know where you're at, and just it's not really like blowing your mind yet. Once you get to the end of book 2, you are going to understand. That's all I'll say. You will understand what everybody's talking about. Hannibal TV series with Japanese version, so great. Oh wow, okay. Hannibal the TV series, which is also based on. I actually haven't watched the series, but that's based on Silence of the Lambs, right? Or am I wrong? Is that me going? Am I way off base here? In terms of the TV show. Yeah, I know. Okay, it is. Okay, I thought so. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. That is good to know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to. There's so many stories out there. I'm very slowly moving through Berserk. I don't exactly know. Sequel to Silence of the Lambs. Got it. Okay, I figured. So that means that my time for manga in general probably won't be super high. Very good. I would recommend it to people that don't even read manga. That's what I like Berserk a little more. Okay, so there's like a small gap between them. It's not large, which is crazy. So maybe I should probably Vinland Saga is also ending, right? I just read. I think I saw a Pedrick video where I actually don't remember who made the video, but I saw that somewhere. But Vagabond being that close to Berserk for you, maybe it's something that I do have to get into once I'm caught up, and then I'll catch up. And I imagine the writer for Vagabond, it's not complete. Like it's not going to be complete. It's just, it is where it is, and it's staying that way. Because I'm actually very curious as to if it will be finished. And if not, it's fine. I don't really, when it comes to that sort of medium, I actually don't, for some reason, it just feels, I don't mind getting into something that's not quite finished. There's something about catching up, I think, in that medium that is cool just because of all the artwork that really goes into it. I feel like it's like you get exposed to the new, whatever, boards, or I actually forgot what they're, panels. You get exposed to the new panels. And there's something sort of really cool about that I really would like to be a part of. I think that experience is pretty cool overall. Oh man. Dark Trinity of adult science manga. Okay. So for some reason, I was attracted to those. And maybe that's it. I know watching the first season of Vinland Saga and the second season of Vinland Saga, I was like, oh, okay, these are really, really cool. Yeah, Hellsing, that's if that's what I think it is, like a Monster Hunter sort of situation, like Vampire Hunter or whatever. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Like Van Helsing. That's what I'm thinking of when I see Hellsing. Yeah. I it's about time. As time goes on, I will be reading these stories. It's a matter of when I get to them. If I can get to Vagabond by, my goal was to get through one of these deluxe editions of Berserk every month, and that pace has slowed down to about 6 weeks, depending. If I really dive into it, I'm able to read a lot. But if it's at that pace, I don't know when I'll be able to get into Vagabond or anything else. What about Trigun? That's one that I always see everywhere. It's red. If I see red, I like lose my mind. I'm in a good way. I like want to buy it. If you guys can't tell from, I'll show my book cover real quick. I know you guys have probably seen it, but I mean, I obviously love the color red. It's so funny. I just am like attracted to that for some reason. And look, my water even has a little red on it. Could not chew and digest. Ah, okay. Hiatus. All right. So it's something that's returning at some point, but not quite there yet. Got it. I don't want you guys to hear me drink my water. Okay, so they're intending to come back to it. Vinland Saga is ending. Now, after, I'm guessing the second, I don't know how to explain it. The show on TV for Vinland Saga, you have the first season, which is one way, the second season, which is another. And I'm very curious as to if the rest of Vinland Saga is like book 1 or like book 2. I've heard mixed things. One Piece. Yeah, people love One Piece. I have not read One Piece, and I know I should. That's another one where it's like there's so much out there. Oh, it's probably so. I imagine it's actually really like a quick get through, huh? I should probably just get. I don't think I would get the deluxe box set or anything, but I think I would definitely dip my toes in the water there, if not watch the show. There's a division in the fan base between the 90 series and the remake of 2022 track. Okay, interesting. But you're saying the thing in the deluxe, well, that's how we're speaking today. The thing in the deluxe edition is the thing people usually like the most, or I'm confused. Got burnt out and overstressed, just had to do something simpler for a while. Hence, what's going on, Casey? Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I kind of get that. You know, I feel like eventually, I imagine those stories will come back to people. I can see why writing such a large or massive series might actually, I feel like at a certain point, like things start to feel like not the creators and it starts to become something else. So I kind of get that. Also, I think that's why it's kind of important to burn through it, but do what you love at the end of the day. Do what you love. Okay. Roger that. JJK. Wait, I'm not really sure. GM Bane here, what we're talking about. My bad. Serialized in different magazine and got into a different magazine where it went by that title, Trigun Maximum. Okay. Most people prefer the 90s, the 2023 of the author. Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Also, just imagine putting that art together, just all those panels. Oh my gosh, I can't. I love the art style for all the series that I'm mentioning because that's why I'm interested in reading them, for sure. Hence the multiple hiatus episodes. Yeah, man, that's crazy. If you write a long series, I imagine you get to a certain point where you're just like, all right. But I mean, there are people who are just endlessly do it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard of that one before when I was in the Navy. There are people talking about that all the time. Vampires fighting Nazis. That sounds freaking awesome. Hellsing Ultimate, which follows the manga. Got it. Oh, there he is. Mr. Thomas Howell himself in the house playing Elden Ring. You got to tell me what boss you're on, Thomas. Last we spoke, you were moving smooth. Weekly Imagine Matching, like 30 pages of that every week. Yeah, that's crazy. I think also for like online serials, that stuff blows me away too. I'm always shocked by that. I can't imagine putting together just like super quality pages to just post for people to read. Although I'd love to, it's just like I feel like it's just like when you want to refine it, you know what I mean? It's I feel like it takes time. And gory, which makes it better. Okay, roger that, Benjamin. Vibing in the Forbidden Lands. Come on. I wanted, yeah, John tried playing Elden Ring that one time. It did not go well. John, I think we need to do that again. I think you and Jacob have to sit down, commit, and just go through that suffering so we can endure it with you. It's just such an enjoyable experience. Maybe you get Thomas on and you guys can talk about it while you guys are playing. That might that might make it a more fun experience. Nobody lower levels than average, literally working themselves to death. Wow, really? That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I mean, it makes sense. You're saying the creators of manga have a lower life expectancy than average, literally working themselves to death. That makes sense. That's crazy. Just the amount, the artwork, everything, and then you like the story itself, just putting it all together. I think that's so wild. Oh yeah, Red Dead 2. I think you'd vibe. Yeah, definitely. I can see that. 2 is something else. Oh, maybe when you're like 2, invasion of body snatching aliens that can turn body parts into weapons. That's actually gnarly. 66 for manga creators. Really? Wow. Yeah. That is young. Very young. That's wild. I can't imagine that. Yeah. 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 At this point, Red Dead 2 has been out a while. I'm sure John has some familiarity or maybe has heard through the grapevine what happens. If not, he's got to play it. I mean, I love also just going on Red Dead 2 to play poker every once in a while. As much as I love poker generally. Yeah, manga's popular. A mobile phone commercial. That's so funny. Wow. Wow. One Piece. Wow, I said Piece. One Piece offer. Let's see. One Piece author, for example, is notable for taking several weeks off a year besides holidays because he has enough influence to make that decision. Yeah, I guess he can, huh? Or they can. I don't actually. Oh yeah, he. Yeah. Wow. Take several weeks off a year. That's crazy. Gwent with Witcher 3. Yeah. Let's see. Witcher 3 I haven't played, Thomas. That's another one I got to get into. That's shocking. I didn't know that about manga authors, though. That's insane. Witcher 3 is one that I've heard I had to play. And I'm mad I haven't played it. Baldur's Gate 3, haven't played. Haven't played Clair Obscur, Expedition 30. I haven't played video games really in a while. And I do miss it every once in a while. And I was telling Thomas here to stream Elden Ring so I could vicariously live through him, which would be great. No, I have not played Witcher 3. Yeah, I know. Take a month off. Yeah. Hey, I would love to take a month off of just generally. But at the same time, I don't know. There's sometimes where, and I've talked about this before, where when I'm not in a creative space, or I'm not doing something creative or that serves whatever's kind of pouring out of me, then I sort of feel like, I feel like I want to get back to it. And if, like with gaming, I have like a super competitive personality. With story games, on the other hand, I'm able to just sit back and enjoy the story, which is why those games are the ones that are attracting me right now. And when I get back to gaming, although Diablo 4 is something that I want to play too, and I told Jacob from Talking Story that I saw him one day on Discord playing Diablo 4 and he didn't invite me, and I was offended. Devilman might go the guy. Okay, Roger that. It's going to take me a while, Benjamin, to get to all of these. I'm hoping by the end of the year to get caught up on Berserk. And then I think I was going to go to Vagabond just because it was calling me. Yeah, they get really exhausting. I think I just want to, if I get into it again, I want to just vibe and hang out and spend some time doing it. It's a matter of finding the time now, which has been few and far between, unfortunately. But I know I can make time for it. It's just a matter of actually doing it. Yeah, Casey, I'm grateful you came in. I'm grateful you showed me that one review and then hawked it down on. I found it on Goodreads. I think that was really cool that somebody put Mercy into in strides with 90% of modern fantasy. I think it's really cool. That's the sort of thing that is like I read that I'm just like I'm blown away. It's obviously it's part of the goal is to do something like that, but you never know really. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Casey. I'm grateful you did. I'm glad you got your copy as well. And whenever you get to it, obviously, it'll be cool to chat Sun Eater though in November. It's actually really cool. Actually, Thomas, you should come. Actually, I think you started Empire Silence. I say you should come to North Carolina in November for the Shadows Upon Time release. It's one of those that I guarantee you, the more you're going to read Sun Eater, you're going to wish you were at that event. I know it's hard though, coming from California to fly to North Carolina in the Raleigh area, probably, but no, don't worry about being behind. You're going to get into book 2 and book 3, and you're gonna be like, wow, I really wish I went to that Shadows Upon Time release. I don't know. I imagine that it'll be like spoiler safe relatively if you just like don't listen to too many people's conversations. But it'll be a fun journey. I have to still read the Tales Volume 4. Yeah. Raleigh area too is really nice. Raleigh is like a nice city. Yeah, it's gonna be a party. John's right. And Mike, if I saw correctly, he's gonna be like the roast master. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but you get my drift. He's gonna be the head of the committee of Sun Eater, which makes sense. I think KC kind of has a draw there too, in terms of Sun Eater experience, having been one of the only people to read Shadows Upon Time as an event in and of itself. Never thought something of that quality would be around in my lifetime. Yeah, honestly, it's crazy, just absolutely crazy. Sun Eater blows me away. Okay, that's what I thought. It's gonna be something. It'll be fun to meet everybody in person. Really, it's really what I'm looking forward to. I think it'll be really cool to like hanging out with everybody, and that's gonna be kind of surreal because I guess we've all kind of had these internet relationships with each other, like interpersonal connections for the last year and a half, and it's just gonna be so cool to meet everybody. And speaking of somebody in North Carolina, we have our resident Tom Orange, our resident Superman, Tom Orange. Yeah, you guys will have to duel. We'll do like a old fashioned, like 10 steps, turn around, fire with a old fashioned pistol like they do in John Wick. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Tom, I'm glad you're here because I keep seeing you pop up on my TV when the art pieces go up and I see Superman there for some reason. And it's nice that you're here to talk because, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the North Carolina trip because I think, I love Sun Eater. I actually like chatting with Christopher Rocchio as well. He's a great time. But yeah, Tom, what is your favorite fruit? Funny enough, actually, Tom, I am curious as to what the answer to this is. So you got to answer it, Tom. You got to answer it for everybody. They're dying to know. An ongoing dark manga that you might like. Anime is ongoing this season. Real fun. Okay, roger that. To be Jake to Mike Rowland, Dark Tower reference. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I only read The Gunslinger, so I'm not quite caught up there. Strawberries. Yeah, you know what's funny, Tom, is I had a feeling you were going to say strawberries. I just had a feeling. It makes sense too. Strawberries are great. Strawberries are probably one of the better fruits. Top 2 actually. Actively doesn't like oranges. But the color orange is something completely different. See, me, I think of just things that are red, like strawberries, raspberries, cherries. I love red. Red's my favorite color. You see those things, I immediately like watermelon, I guess, is pink, huh? But it's in that family, right? Wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You don't like oranges, really like strawberries. All right. Someone's gonna KC or I guess if Thomas Howell, because there's 2 Toms in here now. If you're coming to North Carolina, you got to bring strawberries from California. Obviously, that's going to be perfectly legal. And just make sure they don't mold on the plane. It's a pressurized cabin, so you'll be fine. And then Tom gets California strawberries, fresh California strawberries. I'm really looking forward to that, though. I can't wait for more info. I imagine we're not going to. Oh, yeah, bring Scout Coffee. I will say this, Thomas. I did order from there when we first got our espresso machine because my girlfriend and I are obsessed with Scout Coffee in terms of their espresso. Like when we went to that coffee shop out there in California, it was probably the best cup of espresso I've ever had. And I think to this day, it still is. We have a local coffee joint here that's very good as well. But we ordered a 2-pound bag, or maybe it was a 5-pound bag I ordered from Scout. It got here timely, and then we put it in the machine, and it worked. It just wasn't as good as when they did make it there. And I think that's more a user error than it is the actual coffee. So that said, I don't think I'm going to order from there anymore in terms of just like buying beans to ship across the country. Oh, okay. Quickly, according to Christopher Acchio. All right. And that's all we need to know. More info is coming. I imagine this is going to be the start. This is the start of the Sun Eater convention series over the next how many ever years. Yeah, I think the roast date was good to go. Thomas. It was fine. I think it was user error. Like the grind size on our machine is a little iffy in the beginning. I cannot wait to hear that. In the middle of Arkansas, I missed some stuff. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. And I want to reiterate it because I said it earlier when I started this stream, that we're like hovering right around 1,000. If you count my Kindle pages read, we're over. But I wanted to have this conversation before I go away for 8 days, because I'm going to be away, and I wanted to celebrate with everybody while I can. Yeah, I mean, we'll try it again. Don't get me wrong. We just have a place that we like going to, and the espresso machines are kind of a pain in the butt to figure out. And so once you switch beans, you got to clean the filter, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. And it's like kind of a real pain. I'm sure you know. Yeah, Jake, thanks, man, for coming to hang out. Grateful you stopped by. If you're talking about working out, Tom Orange was just here. Oh, well then, yeah, I might have been closer last night than I thought then to 1,000. Yeah. I never really, I didn't know. Oops, I should have. But yeah, we were at 1,000 then, if that's the case. I have no idea. That's awesome. That is awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, just provided some more context to my journey. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just stoked. It's crazy. There you go. Tom's going to the gym soon, finishing the work day. But yeah, then we're over 1,000 copies. I can just like say we're over 1,000 copies. That's fine. I don't know why I fixate on that anyways. But yeah, it's a big milestone generally. So maybe I should have popped open that scotch. There's still time. I have 45 minutes. I have 15 minutes here, roughly. I think I'm only going to do an hour here today. Maybe I could pour a glass of scotch to go with my protein shake. That sounds terrible. See, Tom and Jake, I'm drinking protein. You guys are probably going to say something about Fairlife. And I hope it's not bad. We don't have to get into that conversation. Yeah, I really should pop that bottle of scotch, huh? I might pop it off stream and have a glass to celebrate, because the timeline that we crossed 1,000-page threshold is absolutely I am shocked. I am just shocked. No better combo than whey and scotch. Yeah, exactly. You got to put them together pre-workout. We get them from Costco. That's what we do. We get them from Costco. Tastes like chocolate milk. Yeah. I don't skip a lot of meals, and for somebody, I'm like not heavy, but how do I say it? My body needs a lot of protein, which is like a normal thing, I think, for people who just like generally people need a lot of protein. When you exercise, you just need a little bit more, and or maybe, I don't know, Jake and his relationship with Max Coleman, maybe I'll get something else. Yeah, exactly. It's like if you're going to do an Ironman, if you're going to do a triathlon, you have scotch and you have a protein shake, and then you get out there. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer, one Fairlife. That is the song. Everybody knows it. That's the actual song. Yeah, no, I am going to pop that bottle of scotch after this while I'm packing for the trip. I think that makes sense. I am going to have to record shout out to Max Coleman, who definitely is never going to see this, but shout out to that wizard, real life workout wizard. I'm curious as to what Tom's working out today. He's a scientist. He's an literal exercise scientist. And this has been said here. I'm going to make sure it gets published in all workout forums that Jake Remmert said that scotch and protein is the ideal pre-workout nutrition. Fold the shirt, take a sip. Yeah, I would have it on here, but I really don't want to chase my chocolate protein with scotch. I'm just going to drink some water while I wait, maybe before dinner. Celebratory. This is water, by the way. I know people sometimes see this and probably think it's a handle of vodka, but yeah, I was supposed to, and I chose to just echo bike for. Well, I did all my like movement prep, warm up, whatever, which I know Max Coleman says not to warm up. But I was supposed to deadlift. Let's do like all posterior chain today. Didn't. Yeah. Hey, I get it. The bro split is where it's at. Bro split is where it's at. Tom, I'm guessing you're deadlifting. I'm going to go ahead and guess that we're going to, strongman deadlifts. Let's think. Are you working sets at like 375 today? I must know. Beltless bandit. Oh, okay. So that means 315 or 340. 330 to 350 is your range for a beltless banded dead. Is it Tom? Tell the truth, Tom. And the only reason you do that is because you don't want people to think that you are actually Superman, because we all know it. 20 sets of biceps and nothing else is the ideal workout. Yeah. Everyone knows that. 20 sets of biceps and nothing else. So I went to college with a guy who just hung like from from like the pull-up bar. I don't know if I've got to get back to work. All right. Yeah. Thanks so much, Thomas. Grateful you came by. I went to college with a guy that just hung from a pull-up bar and just did like shrugs and then his forearms. And then he would hang from the pull-up bar, and that was it. I know like it's actually good to do that, but he would do endless amounts of it with just shrugs and forearms. And I think his reasoning, and he would only wear the 3/4 sleeves, and his reasoning was just because those were the elite. Those are the only muscles people saw, like when you're wearing a shirt, which is really funny. Just like grip strength, and I don't know. Although like hanging from pull-up bars is elite, just generally for shoulder health. Each band is 89.5, so top. Yeah, there we go. Knew it. Each band is 80.95. Ah, man. That's insane. That's insane. I like doing the banded with, I know we're talking about working out right now, which is totally not where I thought this was going to go, but that's all right. I like doing it with that is generally my warm-up, Tom. Generally my warm-up. That is so funny. Oh yeah. No shocker there. No shocker there at all. That's so funny. Hey, John, I'm laughing because I know it's true. That's actually why I'm laughing. Just putting Superman to shame with that. It's a nice. It'd be really funny if the BookTube community started going to Tom's channel and trolling him that they're all stronger than him, even though it's not true. It's impossible. He's literally a strong man. Yeah, we are. It's all good, John. 4, 9, and 5. Yeah, that'd be really funny. Just like Jake hates Will the Many, which I'm really happy we had that chat because I finally got to hear the grievances. And I can't say I disagree with all of them. Because they were justified. Actually, Tom, you're done with this, but I'm not going to show up because my books will fall over. But By Blood, By Salt, which Jake talked about today in his video. That is one I'm going to read on the plane tomorrow morning. I am going to not pause Reaper's Gale, but I'll probably just get a chapter done of that and then try and focus on getting By Blood, By Salt started so I can finish it before I get back. In which case, we will do that conversation for our buddy read. Mostly I'm saying all this because I'm not going to be here this week for my regular reading update. I'm going to record a top 5 video. I think after this, maybe when I pop open that scotch,
Yeah, that sounds actually like a plan. I'll pop open that scotch here in 10 minutes. I will record that video, and we will do a top 5 reads of the year. And Discovery's on there. Disquiet Gods is on there. I'm just giving you guys essentially what they all are now. You guys will see the video, but Prophet of Adan is on there. What else? Midnight Tides, I think. I think I finished that. This year. Because I did Bone Hunters and I'm on Reaper's Gale. So I imagine I did Midnight Tides at the beginning of the year, but I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, me too. Me too, very much so, John. I'm really excited to see everybody in person in November. I think now might be actually just a perfect time for me to turn this off. I'm grateful for everybody stopping in terms of By Blood, by Salt. Yes, I think I will enjoy it. And I'm excited to talk to JL about it, actually. See her kind of meld with the BookTube community. I think it'll be really cool. Yeah, I'm super grateful I made it to 1,000. Would not obviously have done it without the community completely rallying behind these projects and people loving it. Yeah, Jake, I'm so stoked for North Carolina. I think it's going to be a blast. And just hanging out with everybody that is a part of that experience so far with these last 2 weeks of getting this book rolled out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just blown away. I'm blown away by the response people have had to the story, and I cannot wait to see what else is to come. Book 2 cover, I'm supposed to be getting concepts from Stuart by the end of the week, hopefully by Saturday. And I will share about what I can on my Patreon for people who are tuning into this stream or on the replay or whatever. If you're interested, that will be probably up on there for Runeborn members. That way they can see early concepts for the cover, because I like sharing as much of the creative process as I possibly can. And we'll have news hopefully regarding an audiobook in the next couple weeks, and that will be big. And I won't share any more than that. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I think it's been a good time. This seems like a natural ending for me in terms of just pacing, making stuff up. I will see you guys when I'm back from my trip. For those of you here now, you'll see me on Thursday night still. It'll just be a pre-recorded video that I will post for people to watch. Yeah, that they can enjoy. And that's kind of what we're getting into. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm really grateful you guys stopped in, and just grateful for everybody supporting me so far through this process. As I learn as a writer, as I get better, and the story evolves. All right, gang. Thanks so much for coming. I'll see you guys next week. And this is the part of the ending. This is like a